I think Canada got hoodwinked a little bit with a fresh new shiny car without looking under the hood when it comes to Mark Carney. Here's a guy that was parachuted in. As far as the liberal voters, I'm speaking to you directly. As much as you hate President Donald Trump, you basically voted in President Donald Trump into Canada. And here's why. You voted in a guy who is a rich, like stupid rich, like extremely rich, has played the financial game for decades the same way that Trump has. This guy has been in the financial sector for longer than probably you've been alive. So you basically voted in the guy that you hate. Now, I know he talked a big game on Friday when he came out, and he touched on a lot of the conservative talking points that Polly have been talking about, saying, we're going to do this, 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 we're going to do this. And on the surface, it looked great. And I went, yeah. Let's see if you can pull it off. Let's see if you can pull it off. Trump made a very strong move by saying, yeah, I get along great with Carney. He's a nice guy. I think we're going to get along great. The other guy would have been harder to deal with. I think a lot of
Didn't you say that was the art of the deal? He's going to soften you up, stroke you off, give you a nice little slap on the ass, and then he's going to bury you head into the headboard. Didn't you tell me that? That's in his book, The Art of the Deal?
I did, 100%. And Trump is playing this like the fiddle that he owns and that he sits on the side of his bed. Now, when it comes to back to Alberta, Alberta separating, if they were going to be a sovereign portion of the country, the dumbest thing you can do is landlock yourself. The only way that works is if they partner with BC, which is way too socialist for that to happen. You would have to do Saskatchewan, which is an easy sell. Manitoba, because of how unionized it is, would be a little bit tougher, but that's your coastal access. So you either got to partner with all of Western Canada. Maybe you need an outlet. You need an outlet somewhere to the coast, because if you don't, your pipelines aren't going to be able to make it through without massive tariffs. I do appreciate the fact that Carney is going to, Prime Minister Carney is going to open up the country as far as provincial tariffs that have been happening for longer than I've been alive. I think there are some good things there. I'm not completely sold on the fact that Carney's going to be able to pull this off. He talks a big game, and I give him credit for talking a big game. Let's see if he can pull it off. I'm an optimist. I really, really am. I'm an optimist for the same reason that I kind of looked at Trump going, hey, the guy knows how to run a business, and that's what you need to do when you run a country. Carney knows how to run a business. Yeah, he's had a couple of L's when it comes to his resume, and those are the ones that are focused on. But truthfully, there's a reason why he's been able to parachute into this election really quickly, and they went, bring in Carney. There's a reason why, is because he's been very successful in a lot of his economic endeavors. So I'm not going to completely write him off, because I'm an optimist when it comes to this country. I hope he does us good. I think it was a little soft calling the president like 2 days after he went going, let's cut a deal. And Trump exposed him for that. Let's see how it goes. I'm willing to wait it out. I'm not going to lie to you. My wife has been getting a lot of calls lately with YPS, the Yucatan Property Scouts in Mexico. She is a real estate agent down in Mexico, and she has been fielding a lot of calls with a lot of people who are willing to put their money where their mouth is by saying, I'm not happy with this. I'm willing to move. And she's been selling a lot of houses down in Mexico. And if you're ever going to do it, now's the time. And my wife and I are also, we've done it once before. We're willing to do it again. I'm playing more of the optimist. She's playing more of the pessimist. And somewhere in there, there's a bit of a centrist view on what could happen, what might happen, and what will happen. I don't know what the outcome's going to be, but I am truly an optimist when it comes to all of this. I just hope he is a man of his word and not going to default on what everyone is expecting. And I know that's very vague, but I hope that is at least a outlet for you, that if you want to get out and you really truly want to, DM me. I got an option for you. But if you truly want to try and stay in this and go, I hope so, we'll see.
You said Canada got hoodwinked. Canada is the lowest IQ population, lowest IQ country on this planet. And if there was ever any doubt, it was completely removed 150% on Monday night. You people saying, Elbows up. That's right. You're going to be going elbows up in 4 years when you're getting mugged by more third world immigrants. Give me your money. Oh my God. And by the time you realize that it happened, it's too late. You deserve the poverty that you have just voted in for the next 4 years. You're going to watch as he is going to form a coalition with the NDP. Yes, our boy Jagmeet down here in South Burnaby Central is gone. Good riddance. But there's still 7 guys that are going to cross the floor, and they're going to give him that majority mandate. You got 4 more years of this. And by the time that you realize that it's too late, you'll be begging for Justin Trudeau to come back. We'll be sitting here on this show saying, oh, God, I know JT was bad, but he was so much better. It was nowhere near as bad as this guy in 4 years. You deserve everything. This country is full of people that are sheep that do not use their brain. If the CBC told you tomorrow that the grass is blue and the sky is green, you would agree with it, and you would tell your friends, and you would post about it. You people are low IQ. This country is doomed, and it is because of you. Can we also mention, listen, it's no surprise. I voted Conservative. I voted for Pierre Poilievre. But that dude did his best 2015 Russell Wilson, the ball second and goal on the 1 yard line. Oh, we got the best running back in the game. Let's throw it, and cost them the Super Bowl. Yes, they cheated. Yes, they rigged the election. Why did this guy not go on the biggest podcast in the world? That's how Trump did it.
Hey, you know what? Cheat better.
I will agree with you. They should have known that they were going to do this. 91 candidates in Pierre's riding. Everybody else has 4 or 5. The fact that Elections Canada was for some reason not working on election night, or the fact that they brought in all these third world immigrants, all 4 or 5 million of them, and put them in all the ridings that they needed. You're not seeing them out in Lumsdale, Saskatchewan. You're not seeing them out in Prince Rupert, BC. You're seeing them in Metro Vancouver. You're seeing them in Ottawa, in Montreal, in Toronto. Look at the elections map and where all the seats were won. But as far as Pierre goes, the manager for the Nelk Boys, Full Send, came out and said, we asked him to come on the show. The second biggest podcast in the world, Full Send, the Nelk Boys, they said no. Joe Rogan, no. Theo Vaughn, no. Patrick Bet-David, no. How did Trump win the election? He gets 98% negative publicity. Where did he go? He went where all the young people are. Even Logan Paul, the biggest dirtbag out there. I can't stand Logan Paul, but I gained this much respect for Logan Paul that day when he had Trump on the show. Trump went where the young people are. The mainstream fake news can't control it, and Pierre did not do a single one of them. I don't know who's managing his campaign. You guys fumbled the ball. Second and goal, 1 yard line with 25 seconds left to go. You're up on the Patriots by 4 points. That's exactly what you did. And as much as I'm pissed off at the liberals and the people with low IQ in this country that voted this shit in on Monday night, the conservatives, it is your fault. You guys are dumb. This is what you did. You cost yourself the election. Thank you.
Take him home, Travis Ridgen.
We do new shows every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Hey, if you enjoyed what you just saw, we do new clips every single day, twice a day on the Clips channel. You see clips right here. And beside Dave's crotch, we have a full-length show every single Sunday, right by my hand.
Click right here.